Hello Wolfpack, this is video number 71. In this video I'd like to discuss my recent EDC purchases. Specifically I'll talk about the Maxpedition Beefy pocket organizer. I purchased these at the 2018 Black Friday sales. It was a buy one get one free sale, and in this video I'll be discussing or rating the features of the quality of this particular product, as well as how I think it rates in practicality. I'll also at the end of the video be comparing it to 3 other pouches just for size and basic comparisons. So what I'll do is I'll start off with the measurements. If you don't understand the reason for the baked bean can, go to the M1 pouch review and it'll explain it there. So I'll start off. Here's the Beefy pocket organizer. There's a label. This is how it comes from the factory with a bag around it. Nothing special, and I don't really like special packaging, so no worries. So you got 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 and a bit cans length. You've got roughly 1, 2, maybe 2.5 cans width, and depth roughly about half a can, so that would be safe to say. But that's empty, those measurements. If you want the specific measurements, just go to the Maxpedition website. They'll give it to you. In the note measurements, you've got 1, 2, 3, 3.5, roughly. $5 notes. Got 1, 2, 2.5, roughly speaking. And to measure the depth, you've roughly got to the end of the Queen's smile, roughly. So God save the Queen. So that's that as far as the measurements. Always keep that in shot for a size reference. So I'll explore over the features. You've got your hook and loop at the top. You've got this mesh area at the front. I don't like the word pouch for this because it's not really a pouch. It's more of a slide in. Getting in with this one is a lot easier than any of the other pouches. There seems to be a lot more room, but when it's filled up, as this one is, once again, it's a lot easier. I don't know why, compared to the other pouches. For example, in the fatty, I can't get my hand into that one when it's empty. But when it's full, it's very difficult. So, standard issue zippers for most Maxpedition pocket organizers. It is a 2-pull. You can pull it in one direction as well as the other, which I really like, as well as the pull strings. I believe these to be YKK zippers, but that's pretty standard for Maxpedition. As I've said in all my other videos, and I'll say it in this one again, I don't need to mention the quality materials that Maxpedition uses, simply because it's well known. And if you don't believe me, that's fine, but go to all the other reviews of these pouches on YouTube or anywhere, and you'll see how good it is. Just a Maxpedition logo at the front. Velcro holding this front pouch together. Starting on the left, they've actually changed this slightly to the fatty, and I'll explain that. So starting on the left, at the top, you've got a little loop and a D-ring. In the previous pouches, this is actually a key lanyard. So in the fatty pocket organizer, you've got a little key ring clip, whereas this is a full D clip, and just some labeling. You've got 2 straps, and I'll just tuck this behind. You've got 2 straps. You've got one on the bottom and one on the top. You can fit 3 larger items in here, in the bottom strap, and 6 smaller items into the top strap. That's pretty much the same as the fatty, so it's almost exactly the same. Oh, and a slip pouch. So I actually won't compare that at the moment. I'll just walk over these features. There is a strap in the middle for putting torches, and when you on the right hand side you've got another 2 straps with 2 large items, so you can fit a large item here, a large item here, as well as 4 smaller items here. Alright, and a zipper area. Pretty much standard across the Maxpedition range for the larger kits. The design, it doesn't really change much. No grommet, not that there needs to be. And on the back, pull handle with box stitching, as well as Molly compatibility. So that's it for the pouch. I want to compare it with the other ones, but just after a second, I want to give it a rating. This particular pouch that was sent to me, and this applies to all the other videos, is what I rated on for manufacturing, and it was a high. There wasn't any errors on this particular pouch that I've received. So very happy with that, very pleased. As far as practicality, I can't give you a low or high rating for practicality simply because I haven't really used it. This is the other Beefy that I've used and I've packed, and I've stacked it full of food, and I do plan on adding a whole heap of other items like utensils, eating utensils, and a few other things. But primarily this is my food storage for my EDC. Got some eucalyptus. Nothing special. They just tuck away in there. But as far as practicality, the rating for that, it seems to be very high, simply because you can fit a lot more in compared to the fatty. And this is probably more my size, whereas the fatty seems just a little bit small for me. But I'll get to that in a second. So practicality rating for this, for myself, I'd consider it a high as well. So that's the end of the basic comparison. What's next? Yes, hang on, before I do, very important, hook and loop on the front. Very proud to put that on. Practicality, once again, there's no stupid aspects. This is what I forgot to mention. Even with this pouch as full as it is, I can still get my hand in here. So I do see the value of this pouch for this front area on this pouch because it still works. You could use this as a hip pouch as well, but personally I wouldn't. at this point, simply because I've got other pouches. It's not because of this design. Okay, so we'll compare it to the Maxpedition Fatty, which is this one. So this is the Beefy, right? The Fatty can fit inside the Beefy clearly by the shape. Right, easy, no worries. As far as the front, it's almost identical because hook and loop pouch, loop. This is the Fatty, this is the Beefy. Two straps, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And a flap and keychain. The only difference in, as I mentioned earlier, is the D-ring. On the right hand side, almost exactly the same, just slightly larger. So you got your zipper, you got your 2 areas, 2 areas, 4 areas, right, for additional. On the back, almost exactly the same, just bigger, like as in dimensions. Almost like the older brother of it. To compare it to the EDC pouch organizer. Oh, actually, hang on. Just going back to the Fatty, I will show you the depth. The bottom one is the Fatty, and the top one is the Beefy. So almost identical. So to the Maxpedition EDC pocket organizer, comparing it, clearly can fit inside. The depth is double on the Beefy, maybe even triple. I don't know, it depends on how puffed up it is. So clearly the EDC can go inside the Beefy, no worries. Alright, comparing it to the inside, or you got your hook and loop, front mesh. Inside is where it differs a lot. For the EDC, you've got the left and right where it runs across. On the Beefy, you've got left side only, runs across, and then the rotational. You got to rotate it on the side. No zipper in the EDC. Hook on the EDC and a pouch, but no pouch, only the zipper on the Beefy. Key lanyard on this side, and left side is a pouch, or a slip area. So with that, on the back, molly webbing, pretty much you could almost safely say, except for like 1 or 2 pouches, that every Maxpedition has the exact same backing. And last but not least, comparing it to the Maxpedition Mini. Here's the Maxpedition Mini. A whole lot smaller, way smaller. Clearly fits inside. I don't even need to zip it up. You can see how much room there is. Hook and loop, front mesh. Hook and loop, front mesh. All the way across, different on the inside. Almost exactly like the EDC pocket organizer before it, so I won't run over that. Just primarily size comparisons. Okay, that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. I don't promise to answer them straight away. And yeah, respect who you are, respect where you come from, and Advance Australia Fair. Thank you, Wolfpack. Bye.